Om Swastiastu, good morning, bonjour. Ah, healing. Are we healed? What is healing? And how is it related to breath work and what it is that we're doing in our training that is related to healing? And why on earth do we have to address healing in a breathwork facilitator training? Good question. So here is my take on that. So the origin of the word healing means return to wholeness. And here is what happened. When we grow up, we go through challenging situations, sometimes because something happened to us, some kind of a trauma, but sometimes also things don't happen to us and they traumatize us as well. And we carry those tensions in our bodies, we carry those fears, this sense of guilt and shame, and somehow we develop some coping mechanism, some protection, some ways to be in life and to keep going regardless of what happened to us. Those are called our habits, our behaviors. We have some behaviors that we create so that we build some kind of a shield of protection. We go to the gym, we run, we are getting healthy, we control ourselves, we control our environment, we make money, we develop some ways that, how can I be okay? Let's be okay through some external behaviors. And then we have more reactive behaviors like addiction or burst of anger and rage and anything that comes when our nervous system is overwhelmed and doesn't know how to cope with the situation. Somehow, all we want is to be okay. We want to return to that state that we were in before all the chaos happened. Basically, when we were still in our mother's womb, when everything was perfect. Well, this is what healing is for me. It's finding the path to first identifying what happened. And sometimes it's clear, it's a memory, but sometimes it's something that it doesn't belong to us. It can be to a past life or ancestors, but somehow it had an imprint in the body. That's why breathwork comes in. Because somehow, and that's my personal belief, the body has kept the memory of everything that happened to us in this life, in the previous lives, in past lives. And somehow it's trying to speak to us. It's expressing itself through our allergies, our muscular tensions, our disease. Somehow diseases are messengers. They are a sign that something somewhere is not aligned, and that's the language of the body. It's expressing itself. And it just wants to be heard. It wants to get the attention. But unfortunately, the way we deal with this kind of manifestation is by rejecting it. We fight against cancer. We reject our body. We surrender to doctors and we tell them, take care of it. You know better than me about my body. And somehow we lose our power. We don't take responsibility for ourselves anymore. It's way more painful to say, I've done this to myself because I haven't listened. This is too hard, so we don't want to take radical responsibility. It's just cowardice to me. Somehow, we know deep down that there is a root cause for everything. And I'm sure listening to these words, it's hitting home because it's a universal truth. We are all the same. We all go through the same, different version of the same stories, right? We are all born. We all go through our needs not being met by our parents, by our peers, by our culture. And somehow we are longing for authenticity. We are longing for being able to speak our truth and to express ourselves without fear of being rejected, of being abandoned. It's all universal. Now, here is when it all comes together in the training that we offer. I do believe that return to wholeness involves connection with others, because traumas happen in connection, the healing happens in connection. And when we are connected with others in a space that is non-judgmental, when no one's giving advice, when no one's interrupting, when there is some kind of rules and guidelines that create safety, then all of a sudden our nervous system soften. We get to the point where finally we get to feel safe and we trust and we can express ourselves. We can share things that we didn't think we could share with anyone, especially strangers. And every time this happens, there is a resonance. There is, oh my God, thank you for sharing that because I feel the same. What happens in these trainings is just creating a field of truth, of radical responsibility and of honesty, authenticity, vulnerability. This is what breathwork does. Breathwork is an incredible tool to get people to soften, to downregulate, to access parts of themselves that they've been suppressing. It reveals what is being hidden. We get surprised when we breathe. But then it's the container, it's the collective that helps us be accepted, forgive ourselves, come to a place of curiosity and compassion for all our parts. What happens in these containers is nothing short from magic. We drop fear and we drop into trust, we leave guilt behind and we come to a place of pride, and shame becomes self-acceptance and compassion. And the best part, there is a recipe, there is an approach, there is a modality. It's well structured, it's thought. Once you open up, you feel safer, and the breath gets us to reveal. And finally, there is an importance of integration and be trauma-informed so we can help each other. So not only in these spaces, you heal because you integrate your parts, your wounded parts, you welcome them. You accept all parts of yourself. But then you learn how to do that for others. So if you're a coach, a facilitator, and somehow you want to bring that to others, then join us. We have incredible trainings in India, in Bali, online if you cannot join, if you have to do it online. And it works online as it works in person. And I would love, if that resonates with you, that you send me a message. We have a chat, we have a conversation. I'm curious to know what happened to you and see if there is an alignment, if we believe that this is the right container for you. How does it sound? All right, let me know in comment.